Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning to all everybody. So I hope all of you in a good condition. Okay, stay at home. Right. So today we will continue to our next chapter, which is chapter 12 about solar system. Right. So let me explain to you about this topic. Okay. Right, for the first one, we must know that the solar system is located at the edge of one of the spiral arm of the Milky Way galaxy. So the solar system actually made up of 8 planets that circle a star known as a sun. Okay, so this is the astronomical unit, or we call AU. Astronomical unit is the average distance between the Earth to the Sun. So one astronomical unit is equal to 1.5 times 10 power of 8 kilometer. So actually, the question maybe we ask you to convert the unit of the astronomical unit into kilometer. Right, so distance in astronomical unit is equals to distance in kilometer divided by 1.5 times 10 power of 8 kilometer. So if you have this question, just just write down all the information given into the formula, right? Okay, and another one is the light year or LY. Light year is the distance traveled by light through the vacuum in a year. That means in 1 year, how many light that travel through the vacuum from the outer space into our Earth. Okay, 1 light year equals to 9.5 times 10 over 10 power of 12 kilometer. So how to convert the unit? So this is the formula. Distance in light year equal to distance in kilometer divided by 9.5 times 10 power of 12 kilometer. So just write down all the information given in the formula and then use the calculator to calculate the distance in light year, which is convert into kilometer. Right, so next. Okay, so planet in the solar system, actually the first planet that are closest to the sun is called a Mercury. Okay, this is the smallest planet in the solar system. Its surface is almost similar to the moon's surface, but scattered and high ridges. Light cannot be dispersed because of the absence of the atmosphere. As a result, the sky seems dark as in outer space. So because of there is no atmosphere, so the light cannot be dispersed. So you can see the outer layer is seems dark in color. Okay, so this is the first planet which is closest to the sun and the smallest planet in the solar system, which is Mercury. Okay, for the second planet, okay, this is the second planet from the sun. We call it the Venus. Okay, so the Venus is the atmosphere of the Venus is made up of high carbon dioxide content. So the carbon dioxide content can cause the greenhouse effect because carbon dioxide is the gas which is able to trap the more heat, and then it will increase the temperature on its surface until it reaches 460 degrees Celsius. Okay, the sun rises from the west because Venus rotates from the east to the west, which is different from the Earth and other planets. Alright, this is the picture of Venus. Okay, the third planet is our planet, which is Earth. Okay, very suitable for all living things because the Earth has atmosphere that protect it from solar winds and harmful ultraviolet rays. And the Earth also has 71% covered with water and 29% is made up of land. So this is a very suitable for the living things to live. Okay. Right, this is the Earth. Alright, and the fourth planet from the sun is known as the red planet. We call it the Mars. Okay, actually Mars have 2 moons. We call it Phobos and Deimos. Mars can be divided into two different regions when observed from the Earth. They are the bright region, which is covered in dust and the red sand, while its pool contain frozen water and carbon dioxide. Okay, right, this is a Mars. Okay, and then the fifth planet from the Sun and the largest in the solar system. Okay, this is the largest planet in the solar system, which is its mass is twice the mass of all planets in the solar system and almost 320 times the mass of the Earth. We call as a Jupiter. Actually, Jupiter has very strong gravitational force, which is able to divert huge objects from hitting the Earth. Okay, alright. Next is the sixth planet from the Sun and the second largest planet after the Venus, planet in the solar system, and is classified as a giant gas planet. Actually, Saturn have the ring which are mainly made up of ice and a small amount of rocky material and dust. And then Jupiter receives little sunlight and very low temperature. There are 62 moons orbiting Saturn. Titan is the largest Saturn moon. It's bigger than the Mercury. Actually, its moon also have a bigger size than the Mercury. We call it the Titan. Okay. The seventh planet from the Sun, or the third largest planet, and it's classified as a giant gas planet, we call as Uranus. Okay, the temperature on the surface is low because of its distant position from the Sun. The first element in the inner region of the Uranus are ice and stones. Has the ring system like the Saturn, but it's very, very thinner and darker. So we cannot see it. The unit of this planet is that its axis of rotation is tighter, almost parallel to its orbit around the Sun. It takes 84 years time on Earth to orbit the Sun. Has many moons, that means more than 62 moons. Right? This is a Uranus. Okay, the last planet in our solar system, which is Neptune. And this planet also classified as a giant gas planet. It takes almost 165 years Earth time to orbit the Sun. The color is blue. Okay, right. So we already finished about the characteristic each of the planet in the solar system. Okay, this is a general characteristic of planet in the solar system. So this actually you must know and remember the characteristic of the planet in solar system. Okay, for example, the distance from Sun, relative mass, diameter, density, gravitational force, right? Average surface temperature, time taken to orbit the Sun, okay, the time taken for one computation on its axis, velocity of rotation on axis, and number of satellite and moon. So actually, it's very important for the objective question, right? This is also the characteristic each of the planet, which is the direction of rotation, the main atmospheric content, and condition of planet surface. Okay, so actually, as you can see, every planet have a different content of gases. Okay. Okay, now also the relationship between temperature according to the atmospheric content of planet or the gas and the Sun. Okay, of the actually planet. Mercury is a planet without the atmosphere. So the sunlight that reach direct to its surface. So the temperature will be above than 427 degrees Celsius, and the dark region is very cool, as low as negative 173 degrees Celsius. Okay, and then second is a Venus. Venus, which is a planet that have very high content of carbon dioxide in its atmosphere. Because of this, it causing the greenhouse effect. Because the characteristic of carbon dioxide is able to absorb more heat. Okay, So it will cause the temperature on its surface to reach 426 degrees Celsius, which is Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. The surface temperature is extremely low because located far from the sun, and then it receives very little sunlight. Okay, density and gravitational pull of the planet. Okay, actually gravitational pull of the planet depends on its density and mass. Okay, so for the Earth, the gravitational pull for the Earth is 9.8 meters meter second -1. This means if an object is dropped from a height, the object will fall at an acceleration of 9.8 meter per second at every second. Okay. Right, and then gravitational pull of the Venus is same as the Earth because its mass is almost the same as the Earth's. And then Jupiter has very strong gravitational pull because it has a very high mass. Okay. And then planets which are gas giants such as Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, their gravitational pull is not as high as the gravitational pull of the Earth because of low density. So the conclusion is the gravitational pull of the planet depends on its density and its mass. Okay, the higher the density, the higher the mass, so the higher the gravitational pull. Okay, now relationship between distance, time and speed. Okay, planet located further from the sun had a bigger orbit. So therefore, the planet need a longer time to circle the sun because of the longer distance. Okay. Right, direction of the planet rotation. So each of the planet have their own rotation and direction of the rotation. So direction of the planet rotation determine the direction of the sun rises and sets. Okay, all planets rotate from west to east except Venus and Uranus. Okay, so Venus rotate from the east to the west, and then this is cause the sun to rise in the west and set in the east, whereas Uranus rotate on its side. Alright, as you can see the picture I show you the direction of the rotation. Okay, so this is a very important, so you need to remember. Okay, so what will happen if the rotation of the Earth slow down or stop completely? This is the consequence. What will happen? The first one, it will influence the high tide and low tide. Okay, and then second, two different regions of the Earth will experience long day and night. And then the last one, the temperature of the area that do not receive sunlight will drop and become cool, whereas the area that face the sun will become too dry. Okay, and then also too dry and also have the high temperature, maybe can cause the drought. Okay, natural satellite. So before this, we already know about the satellite. Okay, the satellite very important for the telecommunication, right? But this is a natural satellite. Okay, natural satellite is the moon. So the moon is the one of natural satellite of the Earth, right? Do you know what is the duration of the moon rotate to the Earth? Okay, the duration of the moon to rotate the Earth on its axis and the duration take by the moon to rotate on its axis are the same, around 27 days. That is why we also always see the same surface of the moon every day. Okay, so the moon takes 27 days to rotate the Earth. Okay, so now let's see the characteristic of the Earth as the most suitable planet for life. Of course, the Earth is the one of the planet that is have the living things. Okay, so the characteristic that make the Earth is suitable for the life. The first one, because the Earth have the atmosphere that can prevent harmful rays from reaching the Earth. The second, because the planet and the Earth have the high oxygen content for respiration. Third one, very suitable because have the suitable temperature range for living organism. The fourth have the high content of water. And then the fifth, the presence of light enable the plant to conduct photosynthesis. That means we have the source of food. Okay. And then the last one, the gravity that enable the object on the earth to move and keep them from floating. So this is a 6 characteristic of the earth that the most suitable for the life. Okay, the first one we have the atmosphere. Second, we have the high oxygen level for respiration. Third, suitable temperature. Fourth, high content of water. Fifth, presence of light. And the last one, and then we have the gravity that enable the object on the earth to move and keep them from floating. Okay, and then ecological footprint. What is ecological footprint? Okay, actually ecological footprint measure the human demands on nature as well as the ability of the earth to absorb waste generated by human and resources after have been used. If the ecological footprint increase and exceed the capacity of the earth to renew its resources, then the earth will be depleted of its source. Okay. Alright, this is the ecological footprint. Okay. For example, the first one, carbon footprint. Okay, represent the total number of forests that are able to absorb the carbon dioxide released from the burning of fuel, and also carbon dioxide from the burning of forests, burning of rubbish, and then also come from the burning of vehicle. And then second, forest. Actually, forest is very important because represent the total forest area that can supply timber, and also the plant also can carry out photosynthesis to give oxygen to us, and also food. Okay, and then the third one, farming area, represent the total amount of land used for rearing livestock as a source of meat and dairy product. Okay, and then fishing area, represent the total production needed to support the fish product and seafood. Okay, and then agriculture area is very important as a food supply to us. Okay, and then construction area represent the total land area covered by building, road and industrial area, and then also for the our resident. Okay, this is a step to reduce ecological footprint. So we have a 5 step, right, that we can use. Okay, the first one, saving water and electricity. You can use rainwater to water the plant. You also wash a car, right? And then switch off the electric appliance when not used. Okay, and then second one, using energy saving electrical appliance, such as you buy a electrical appliance which have the energy saver, right? And then the third one, use a carpooling and taking the public transport to avoid from use a vehicle, your own vehicle. And then number 4, reducing the use of non-renewable energy resource such as the fuel. And then the 5, practice 5 R's, reduce, reuse, refuse, recycle and repurpose. Okay, this is the 5 steps to reduce the ecological footprint. Okay, so that's all for this topic. So I hope you will enjoy it, and then make sure you do your revision about this topic, because this topic is more fact. Alright, so you need to remember more facts about the planet. Okay, the characteristic of the planet. Right, that's all for today. Thank you very much. Okay, see you soon. Alright, goodbye and Assalamualaikum.